day. Dr. Tao here. Hope everyone's doing great. And I do want to touch on a few little things here, but I wanted to keep in mind that health is not meant to be difficult. Now, it may be difficult now because of the industrial complex that we're in, and it's not really as accessible as it once was before. But the less that's done to your food, the better. These processed chemical projects that we call food are not food. It's food contraband. It's not meant to be consumed by anybody. And there's a big topic about acid versus alkaline, and alkaline water, alkaline everything basically. But the body needs acid foods as well, and the body works off acid. Then your immune system works off acid as well. Now, what you don't want is acidosis, which is a little bit different from acid. Actually, a lot different. So you may say a lemon. You may say a lemon is acid, or you may say an orange or something citrus is acid. But those are not acid forming. In other words, they don't produce acidosis in the body. So when you consume them, they actually go into a state of alkalinity and are actually nurturing towards the body. As opposed to having something like, ketchup or some meat or something like some ice cream, dairy product, which is very acidic, which causes a lot of mucus in the body. Now, the thing about mucus is it's really the body's defense mechanism for dealing with the acid. So, in other words, you would have something in the body where, say something's working very, very hard, and to help that process, you would help cool that down or help something move easier. So, for example, if you saw construction workers working and they were working with, say, like a saw, usually what you would see water being poured over the saw as it, or some type of oil being poured over the saw as it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because what that does is it stops all the friction from destroying the saw itself or causing a spark or whatever. So it's a defense mechanism. So the body does the same thing. It produces its own mucus to help deal with all the acid that's going and that's corrosive to the body. Now, the thing about the mucus is if it's left unattended to for a amount of time, the mucus starts to crystallize, and that's when you get into cysts and tumors and fibrosis and things of that sort. Now, if you leave it unassisted even longer, then that's when you get into a cancerous state. So, it's not that difficult. We sometimes overcomplicate being sick or diseases, or overcomplicate what it is to be healthy, but the cancers are coming from the cysts and tumors that are unattended, which is coming from the mucus, which is coming from that acidic diet, or overly acidic diet. So, if your if your gut chemistry is off, then your brain chemistry is off. So you want to be able to make sure that you're keeping your colon clean so you can keep your mind clean. And when it's not attended to, then the bacteria, the bad bacteria in the gut, and the acid and the parasites and things of that sort actually start to corrode the synapses in the brain, and actually causes you to have faulty thinking. In other words, you can't think straight. And I'm not just saying thinking straight. I'm just saying you can't decipher truth, because truth actually goes through hormonal structures, which we call tyrosine. Tyrosine produces phenylalanine. Phenylalanine produces serotonin, which produces melatonin. And those are the amino acids of truth. So if you're not eating healthy, then when tyrosine tries to convert to phenylalanine, that's an error. Then it tries to convert phenylalanine to serotonin. There's an error there, producing that in the body. Then there's an error producing melatonin. So what happens is it actually distorts your reality, which actually makes you perceive real as unreal, and the unreal as real. So, in other words, truth can only be received when someone is in a healthy state of mind. And the healthy state of mind comes from your digestive health. So, before you even talk to someone or engage in a conversation, look at their gut, see if they got a pot belly or not. see how healthy they are. And that'll let you know if you can really sit down with this person and have a truthful conversation about anything. Not beliefs, not belief system. You don't want to be a bee on the leaf, because the nectar is where the flower is. So you want to have a true knowledge system, not a belief system. You want to have understanding. So don't be a bee on the leaf. Don't have a belief. You need to have truth or understanding. If you don't know, you don't know it. But we go around believing stuff all day long, and believing this and believing that, and that gets into a lot of trouble. But a lot of us say, "Oh, well, I'm conservative." You're conserving the filth inside your gut, which is conserving the ignorance in your brain. But if you're a black person in America, what are you conserving? What is there to conserve? You're trying to conserve this system. What is doing what for you? Because you have to really address these things. You have to see what it is exactly. Why are you using this word conservative? What values here are you trying to conserve? You're trying to conserve a certain way of dressing. You're trying to conserve a certain way of thinking, a certain way of eating, a certain religious structure, a certain way of behaving. All these you'll find that are, when someone starts to describe these things, are all anti-African. So, Africa. Some people get into this whole, it was called something else, or Kebulon, Africa. Meaning flesh. So meaning flesh. Fra meaning the sun or the hidden sun. And Ka meaning the soul. Africa, which means the flesh and the soul of the hidden sun. So we are Africans, because we are the soul and the flesh of the hidden sun. It's not a European word. It wasn't founded by some Leo Africanus or some queen who was Africanus or whatever. No, they named themselves because the people who were living there were already calling themselves African, and since they wanted to be associated with that, they called themselves Afrikaners. Us meaning they are among, so they put the us on the end, meaning that they are among the Africans. So we got that backwards about them saying that the Africans call themselves that because of them. No, they call themselves because the people living there already call themselves African. So let's stop the silliness there. So, but anyway, you want to make sure your digestive system is staying healthy, so your mind stays healthy, so your synapses stay healthy, so your thoughts stay healthy, so that you are in your right holistic mind. Africans are more right-minded people. So that's why your grandmother may have said, "Boy, you're not in your right mind," meaning that you're thinking like a Westerner, you're thinking like a European. So think about these things. So you just keep yourself as healthy as possible. If you're really trying to be healthy, don't get into these chemistry projects out here, these science projects. Mock tuna, this mock chicken, this impossible burger, this, and all these types of. That's not food. That's a project. That's someone in a laboratory making something and making you think it's supposed to taste like this. You're not trying to mimic the taste of meat or nothing. No, meat eaters are trying to mimic the taste of vegetables. That's why they put vegetables in everything. Ask a meat eater to stop using vegetables, spices, everything, and they can't do it. because they don't like the taste of meat. They don't. They like the taste of vegetables, which make their meat taste good. Don't get it twisted. So go to the source of what you want. Stop playing around. You know, be healthy. You don't have to. It's not supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be difficult. We've made it difficult. But I get it's a very social thing, so we want to go out and, you know, so and so is going out, so I gotta sit down. I gotta order some all the menu. Well, if you feel like it's the case, eat before. If you feel like it's the case, eat before you go out. That way you won't be as tempted. You know, eat something at home before you go out, so you won't be as tempted. You always want to eat a salad after the meal, not before, because you're gonna eat something. If you're gonna eat something unhealthy, eat it after the meal, so that way the salad can help brush out the toxic food you just consumed. So without keeping this video too much longer, this is a lifestyle, not a diet. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.